No, I'm going to say something. I don't know whether you agree. I'm looking at the midfield that started on Saturday. Going in front of them, it's Harvey Elliott, Fabinho, and Curtis Jones. That is a good midfield. It's nothing like Liverpool midfield of last season, or indeed a Manchester City midfield, or you could name another clubs that got a stronger midfield. I still think they're missing Mane. I really do. Obviously that's water under the bridge. He's gone, but I think we all, myself included, underestimated how much Liverpool would miss him. And I think the guys that have come in to replace him are good, but they're not of that quality. And I think defensively they haven't been the same either. Although the goalkeeper, I think, has been the one consistent in the team so far this season. I mean, I'm looking at chances. There missed some chances the weekend. Van Dijk could have had hat-trick himself.
Yeah, I mean, come on, but they're going to create chances. They're playing a team that's bottom of the table, Ali. It's nowhere near good enough. They played 4-4-2. I mean, their midfield, Ali, was Carvalho on the left. They had Curtis Jones, Fabinho playing centre mid, and Harvey Elliott on the right, and they played Salah and Firmino up front. I'm looking at it thinking, what's going on here?
No,
James Milner right back, Joe Gomez centre half, who, all right, he's been playing okay, but he had a shocker. And I'm looking at it thinking, this can't be Liverpool's best 11. Now, I know they've picked up injuries. I get that. But come on, this is a squad that was competing with Man City for, 3-4 seasons? And now I'm looking at going, right, you pick up a few injuries and your team looks like a championship side.
It's unrecognisable. Liverpool effectively were 2 games away from arguably the greatest side of all time last year. If they'd won that quadruple, we'd have been...
But that's what I mean. Like, how has this squad all of a sudden looked so bang average?
Because how many of those starters that we're talking about can actually start at the moment? So the players that they've got out with injuries, Jota, Luis Diaz, Thiago. Darwin Núñez actually missed that game as well, and you'd expect, even though he's not started all the games this season since he's joined, you expect him to be getting into that position. Joel Matip, Konaté.
I know they've got injuries, Laura. I know they've got big injuries to key players. I get that, but this team everyone picks up injuries, but this team have competed with Man City for 3-4 seasons. So they haven't played the same 11 the whole time in the last 3 seasons. They've picked up injuries and still competed. So when I'm looking at this team, I'm looking at going, how have they dropped off so much? Like with the players.
That statistic is absolutely unbelievable. The fact having won a game away from home is absolutely incredible statistic.
They've relied on Van Dijk being unbelievable for a few seasons, and now he's dropped off because of his injury, even though he was brilliant against Man City. The team's aged. They haven't invested in it. They haven't renewed the team, and the players that they have brought in ain't good enough like the players that they had in the past, like Mane. So the problem that they've now got is that they've took a step backwards and they've got to figure out how to get out of it. But I don't see them getting in the top 4. I can't see them breaking into the top 4 with that team.
They don't spend, generally speaking, they're a team that don't spend as much money, for example, as maybe a City or other teams that will go out.
No, but come on, you're still Liverpool.
What I'm saying is right now, if you were Jurgen Klopp maybe 18 months ago, would you not have loved to have gone and get maybe Bellingham and Rice?
Yeah, but of course, but they haven't.
That's my point. They don't spend.
Do you want to compete? Like, you're seeing like Newcastle.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You've got to spend
Arsenal,
money to compete.
Chelsea. Do you want to compete? If you want to keep being this Liverpool that you are.
They brought Núñez in. That wasn't cheap.
No, but they sold Mane. So at the end of the day, they've gained a player, but they've lost an unbelievable player.
So he's saying that they can't.
They won't even get Jude Bellingham now.
They
won't get Bellingham.
Challenge. No. Okay, looking at the Champions League group, Napoli are top and Liverpool are second. This is all after 4 games. They're on 9 points, so they're 3 points.
Oh, they'll be fine
Napoli.
there. They'll be absolutely fine there.
So, and Ali, I remember that game that we did midweek. They switched a few players out, didn't they? So when they played against West Ham, they didn't. It almost looked like they were resting some players. And when you look at the team at the weekend, what do you think it is that Jurgen's priority is this season?
Well, it's always Premier League, surely. I'll tell you right now, it's got to be top 4. I think it has to be top 4. And looking at it right now, they've got a massive struggle in their hands. They really, really have.
Yeah.
Because for Liverpool not to fin, we're talking about going for players like Rice and Bellingham. If you're not in the Champions League, you can forget that.
I still think Liverpool can win the Champions League. I look at the team that they've got when it's fit. They are. I think at the moment they look knackered. They look like they have got a hangover from last season. So over the course of a 38-game season in the Premier League, I think they're going to struggle to get in the top 4. I think they're a cup competition side. I think they could still win the FA Cup. And I still think they could win the Champions League, because if you put them up in a one-game scenario or, over 2 legs, look at them against Man City, they're unbelievable. You put them up in a big moment, you've still got big game players.
Also, yeah, that's exactly it, big game players. There's a message that came in and said the players that were playing were still better than Nottingham Forest's players as well, which I totally agree with. And also, like you say, you've got players in there that have gone and won the Premier League, they've gone and won the Champions League. So to play a team like Nottingham Forest, who are bottom of the Premier League table, and to be Liverpool, there's got to be something not quite right there, Ali. Not quite clicking.
Well, there's not. We can see it. I mean, when have we ever seen Liverpool miss as many chances and give up so many chances? I mean, you're right. They're playing Notts Forest and should be creating chances, and they should be taking some. Jamie, yes. By the way, Forest could have won it 2-0 or 3-0. Forest have had chances late on to go and finish the game off. They're just not the same team in all areas of the park. And I still think their weakest area is in midfield at this moment in time. And I keep harping on about it. You look at the Manchester City midfield, it's just a completely different level. Although I do take Jamie's point, in a one-off situation they're capable of beating MD. That game we saw last week, that second half against Manchester City, I thought was magic. One of the best 45 minutes of football I've seen in a long, long time. And they're capable of that. Are they capable of it on a consistent basis? The league position right now would tell you that clearly they're not.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.